Hi, I want to talk to you today about voice and voice training, and why I sound like this and not like Mariah Carey. You know, I'm transgender, obviously. The first thing a lot of people say to me when I say that I'm transgender is, when are you going to do something about your voice? Or are you going to change your voice? I'm quite a fickle person. If someone tells me to do something, I'm not inclined to do it, and if someone tells me not to do something, that just makes me want to do it more. So, first of all, the backlash that I get about my voice at work and things, and people saying to change my voice, just makes me want to not change my voice. We have another transgender colleague at work. She actually left our workplace. She went to be a manager elsewhere, and she went to work for the LGBT committee for the company. The first thing that she did was she changed her voice, and she actually went as far as getting voice box surgery. That was deeply important to her. I can understand that, because a big part of passing is being able to pass off a feminine voice. Especially when you're talking to people on the phone, or you have your back turned, or things like that. And actually, a lot of the time, people gender me correctly, but then the minute they hear their voice, they apologise, and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were a woman," or whatever. Yeah, it's like, yeah, this is me. This is just how I sound. I kind of like my voice. I like how my voice kind of sounds like Eric Idle being fucked by Daniel Radcliffe while Michael Palin is in a cook seat. It's fine. It's okay. It's a good voice. My accent, by the way, if you're curious, is Black Country. So I'm in the English Midlands. I'm not quite in Birmingham, but to the rest of the world, I basically am. We have this kind of fight between Black Country and Birmingham or whatever. But yeah, I don't have like the accent, but I do have quite a strong accent, and I do have these clicks and tells that come through. And actually, somebody on Blue Sky the other day pointed out that I have an Australian twang to some parts of my voice, because my family emigrated to New Zealand in the '60s and then came back because it was shit. So yeah, I'm quite proud of my voice. I'm proud of it being this multicultural aspect to it and things like that. Yeah, it's fine. It's me. Um, have I thought about changing it? Have I thought about voice training? Yes, I spent a lot of time. I thought that one of the things I would go for was voice surgery. I thought that was going to be important to me. Actually, Blue Sky has been quite an eye opener to me. Blue Sky is very good at body positivity and body autonomy and things like that. The more I got into Blue Sky, and the more I became a sort of, not a big account, but the more I became important on Blue Sky, the more I got nice comments from people that made me not want to change certain aspects of my body or my voice or things like that. So it's no longer important to me. And if people are misgendering me, that's nothing to do with me. That's a mistake they've made. It's their mistake, not. It's not a slight on me. So, do I change my voice? You've probably heard me sing. When I post myself singing, it's tailored and curated to the same way that my selfies are. You'll notice that I don't look like my selfies in these videos, because I choose my angles carefully. I choose my lighting carefully. I take 50 pictures and then pick the good one and post it. And it's the same with my voice. So I can't always sing like Fontaine from Les Mis, but I can. I can sing things like, Stay With Me by Shakespeare's Sister. I can sing them, but not all the time. And actually, when I try and sing in that voice, what normally comes out is Bee Gees, because my voice breaks, because I'm doing a falsetto. And when you do this falsetto, which is what the Bee Gees or ELO do and things like that, it breaks, and you know, you can tell it's a falsetto, and it's not a voice I want to use. And what it becomes is a sort of Eric Idle, Michael Palin girl voice, which makes sense because I sound like Eric Idle and Michael Palin. So, you know, it makes sense that I would have that voice as my feminine voice. But look, that's not a voice I want to put on. It's not a voice I want to portray. have I tried training in other ways? Yes, moving my voice to the front, back of my throat, things like that. It's not important to me. Look, when I sing in a falsetto, and it's sort of. Let me give you an example. I'm not showing off because I know that I can't sing, but I know that I can't sing as a girl. I can't sing in a female voice. I'm singing in a female voice, but it's a female voice that I can't sing in. Does that make any kind of sense whatsoever? Hope it does. Some examples. Oh, I feel love, I feel love, I feel love, I feel love, I feel. Bit of Donna Summer, whatever. So I can get that voice, but then when I try and speak in it becomes Monty Python. And I don't want to sound like Monty Python because Monty Python's fucking stupid. Whatever. So yeah, you see where that's going. You see why I don't voice train in that way. Because yeah, not good. I'm in two minds about Monty Python, by the way. I won't get into it in this video. You have to appreciate it as irony. It's very important you take it as irony. It's British humour. So yeah, we won't get into that here. But yeah, look, that's me. So, when I sing as Fantine from Les Miserables, I play on the breaking. I know that my voice breaks in that way that creates that Michael Palin, Eric Idle female voice. But it actually works for the song. So, I dream a dream in time gone by, when hopes were high and life worth living. I dreamed that love would never die. I dreamed that God would be forgiving. So you can see how when it breaks on the high notes, it's the same kind of break, but actually that's how Fantine's voice breaks. And it breaks at that point in Les Mis because of what she's singing about and because of the scenario she's in. And actually when I hear Susan Boyle sing and people like that singing the same song and they don't break in that way, I think they haven't quite got the points of the Fantine character. The next part in Les Mis when she's doing the duet with... when Valjean and Javert are doing their duet shortly after she sings. When she sings, I think it comes out better, and it's something like this. Monsieur, don't mock me now, I pray. It's hard enough I've lost my pride. You let your foreman send me away. Yes, you were there and turned aside. I never did no wrong. Sorry, I'm kind of showing off there, but you see how when the voice breaks there, it does it with purpose, it does it with structure. Now, if I were to speak in that voice, again, it's very nice. Like, I could sit here and have a conversation like this, and you'd probably think, yeah, this is quite a feminine voice. But then it breaks and it becomes Eric fucking Idle, because apparently I am Eric fucking Idle. So, yeah. No, we're not going to do that. And look, I don't want to be in a scenario where I'm talking in that nice voice and then suddenly Eric Idle comes out, because no, that's not where we go with that. So I hope you can see where I'm going with that, and that's not a slice on any trans women or whatever, but yeah. So the one thing I can't do, by the way, is sing between this voice and my falsetto voice. I can't bridge the gap. So when I sing as Fantine, I can't go low enough. So when she sings The Tigers Come in at Night, whatever, Lord, the tigers come at night. I can't get the low note, which is actually quite ironic because my voice is naturally lower. So I can't sing between the falsetto and the lower notes, which actually really annoys me. I can do a sort of duet, but it's hard to get between the two. So something like, I would sing Barcelona, but I don't know the words. Whatever. Yeah, I can't think of a good example. One thing I have found is that when you're voice training, if you try and speak in a different accent, it helps with the voice training. So, if I was going to speak in like this kind of accent, no, fuck me, no, I can't do it. I don't want to do it. Whatever. Mumbling, ruining the video. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Right, what was I saying? Right. Mia Barbina Caro. It's this beautiful song that's been covered by many people, but Catherine Jenkins is the main one. I've got a sort of operatic falsetto that I can sing in, which is really cool. Again, I know I can't sing, but I can't sing in an operatic falsetto, which is kind of cool, you know. So. Oh, mia bambino caro, mi piace bello, bello, andare Portofaro, a camperare, si, voglio andare, something Italiano, Mamma Pieta, Pieta. And I can't do the last bit, sorry. What was the point of that? I'm just showing that I have these different voices I can get into. But again, I can't speak in that voice. And I could probably train myself to, but that wouldn't be me. This is my voice. This is me. This is how I will always sound. This is my accents. This is my quirks and my mannerisms. I speak in gesticulations. So if you tied my hands behind my back, it's very difficult for me to be able to talk. And I find myself doing this a lot. And especially now that, you know, I have these, I find myself doing this a lot, which is kind of awkward, but whatever. I find that when I'm talking, I'm trying to act out what I'm talking about. I'm kind of putting on a show here, but you can see how I do all these different hands gestures and movements. A lot of this is because of being autistic. I think, right, the thing to focus on before voice is confidence. And that sounds really horrible and silly, but the main thing I've been focusing on in my transition, if you want to call it that, is confidence. Because when you're a more confident person, you come across, you come across differently. You give a different aura, and people actually treat you differently when you're more confident. You'll notice this all through this video. I've been giving you eye contact. I was actually quite annoyed when I found out that eye contact doesn't mean sitting there staring into somebody's eyes. All through school, my teachers were telling me to give them eye contact, and actually when I was staring into their eyes, it was very awkward, it was very weird. I quickly stopped doing that. But then I found out that eye contact doesn't mean staring into somebody's eyes, and as an autistic person, that's really important, right? If you're teaching somebody about eye contact, teach them that eye contact literally means looking at somebody as you're speaking, looking in their direction. You can pick a point on the face, you can stare at this point on the eyebrow. I'm not staring at the camera right now, and you can see it looks quite natural. It's different if I look at... Yeah, so you can see how when I speak into the camera, I instantly look more confident and more vibrant and more like me. If I'm doing this and talking to you, I don't give off the same vibe, and actually it's quite awkward looking at me talk like this. That's not me. That's not, yeah. So, I think that confidence is key to passing. And when I say passing, I'm not trying to pass anymore because I don't think that is a thing that I want to do. I know that I could. That sounds really big-headed, whatever. I know that I could, and I know that if I put effort into voice training and things like that, I could stealth. But I don't want to. Because the more that the world becomes hostile to transgender people, the more important I think it is for me to go out there and be me like this. One major reason that I'm not changing my voice. If somebody speaks to me, yeah, I kind of want them to clock that I'm transgender. Because if they see a transgender person out there working a normal job, being a normal person, doing normal things, that means so much more than if they just saw some other girl in the mall or whatever. It's difficult to be hostile to somebody that you know and like and talk to and whatever. So before I came out and when I'm hearing people being generally transphobic in the canteen at work, I'm thinking this is going to be an awful place to come out to and whatever. When I'm eventually outed, actually some of my best friends were people that were throwing around all this transphobic stuff in the canteen. Because it's very easy to be racist, misogynistic, ageist. It's very easy to be all these things about people that you're detached from and don't interact with. If you spend a lot of time with older people, you're less likely to be ageist. Yeah, if you only ever hang around with people your age and things like that, you see where I'm going with this. I've reached a point in this video where I'm just sort of blabbing right now. I'm kind of having a moment, so I'm going to try and tie this up. So, one of the things I've been trying to do is to sing in this voice and not sing in my more feminine falsetto voice. Because again, I think if you heard more trans people singing like this, it would be better for everybody. People wouldn't have to voice train, people wouldn't have to strain their voices and things like that, whatever. Go and listen to Tanika Tikram. She's an amazing singer. She has a really deep husky voice. Twisted My Sobriety is a really nice song, really good song. When I'm depressed, I actually go out and listen to Tanika Tikram. It's really good. I've mentioned that in other videos before. I've also mentioned Debbie Harry, who sings in a very low voice. She moves like she don't care, walking like Impolita. Ooh, it makes you wanna cry. That's not Debbie Harry's voice. That's my normal speaking voice. That's me singing in my normal speaking voice, and it's fine. That's sort of how Debbie Harry sings. So why don't I sing like that? Why do I sing in this falsetto voice? I hope this has given you some stuff to think about. I'm sorry this was a bit of a rambly video and that I've kind of, I'm hitting a socially anxious place now. Probably because I've been talking about eye contact and things like that, and now I'm hyper focusing on this camera here looking at me, and I'm kind of shaking and wavering, but whatever. So yeah, next time someone tells you or asks you when you're going to do something about your voice, I hope you'll think a bit differently. But I hope you also won't stop going for voice training if that's what you want to do, because it's your body, it's your choice, it's absolutely up to you. And actually there's 1,000 reasons why you might want to stealth or pass, so please don't think this is me telling you not to do that. I just think it's important for me not to do that, because I have that opportunity and that mindset. So, peace. I love you. You're doing so well. Thank you for watching this video and thank you for keeping up with me. Peace.